You should never come here.
Spoiler warning. In the third episode of Death and Other Details, the case continues. The movie Troublesome undoubtedly has its share of problems, such as the appearance of Hilde Eriksen, the tough-talking Interpol agent. Linda Emond is excellent in this part, and after seeing her in a completely different character in the most recent season of Only Murders in the Building, I think we should see more of her. While Troublesome doesn't quite have the same level of action and intensity as its predecessors, it does provide us with more thought-provoking themes and captivating storylines to explore. The Jules reveal and that cliffhanger are also entertaining, if a little cliched. To be honest, the show doesn't really innovate much for its category. Nevertheless, it honors the many murder mysteries that came before it, and that's one of its appeals. I absolutely adore the performances and the attention to detail. Its opening credits sequence provides a gorgeous feast for the eyes with its Easter eggs. Regarding this adventure, I find it fascinating that the Super PAC insisted that Alexandra treat Danny like a 5-star. That might be connected to Victor Sams in some way. A neglect. Rufus provides the opening narration, presenting a portrait of a guy who was often misjudged in his last days. As Danny and Keith board the SS Verona, they attempt to get to know Llewellyn. Naturally, Danny would have been a successful detective if he could have convinced the Collier family attorney to reveal all the dark secrets. But Llewellyn doesn't say anything, sweeping by Danny with his assortment of lavatories. Subsequently, Danny's corpse is in front of Rufus and Interpol agent Hilde Eriksen Emond. Hilde learns that the deceased and Rufus were close friends. She also notices that Rufus used to drink a lot and that he hasn't had any since Danny was killed. Hilde thinks that since the killer didn't enter Danny's room with a weapon, they must have taken anything they could find when they were inside. There might have been a fight. Rufus points out that Danny doesn't have any wounds that would indicate a struggle, but Hilde believes it might not have been physical. An argument that turned heated. Hilde then says she wants to go see where the crime was committed, worried about a transaction. Imogene spends time with Anna in her new apartment in the meantime. Because Llewellyn is missing and the Chuns are pulling out of the agreement, Anna is under a lot of stress. Layla shows in and says she's going to spend the day relaxing by the pool. Their duty demands it. Anna wishes she could go with her wife. For the incoming Collier Mills CEO, it's not an easy task. To convince the Chun matriarch to reevaluate their investment, Anna meets with Celiato. If Celia hears back from every Collier, she might end up back at the table. Anna insists that she speaks for the interests of her family. Ignoring this, Celia says she'll give them a full day. Teddy is seated in the dining room somewhere else with her family, which also includes Winnie and Simon. She advises her team to cooperate with Rufus and Hilda's probe. Annie and Simon ponder whether Teddy thinks they killed Danny. Teddy is pleading with them to tell her what they know so she can keep them safe. The others express their worries. No one is concerned about the crew's welfare. It's time to dock. Jules questions Sunil's decision to not dock the ship later on. Sunil says he's doing everything in his power to cooperate with the probe. Sunil questions Jules' strong desire to dock. What is he concealing? As an aside, Rahul is lending the sweater to Chris Evans and Knives Out. For him, it looks good. Rufus and Hilde stop by Danny's room in the meantime. Rufus says that Danny's notebook was taken by the murderer because it was missing from the crime scene. The murderer used any weapon that he could find to carry out the killing. Hilde finds Danny's watch, its face broken. She assumes that someone put their heel on it. We are aware that Imogene acted in that manner. It is during the 7 minutes that are absent from the security tape that Hilde discovers the clock face is permanently set at 2:16 a.m. Oh no, she is dangerously close to accusing Imogene. The following actions Rufus and Imogene then get together to go over the latest findings from the inquiry. Rufus alerts Imogene about Hilde's intense concentration on finding the lost video. There is not much time left. Imogene stiffens as she realizes they have to find the killer before Hilde focuses on her. Later, Imogene meets up with Anna again, and she continues to attempt to contact Llewellyn. Next, Anna gives Teddy a call and requests that she deliver the Collier files to her suite. Imogene listens in on Teddy and Winnie's talk as the former advises the latter not to challenge her authority in front of the crew. Teddy leads Imogene to Sunil's office. After Teddy leaves, Imogene enters the office covertly and attempts to access Sunil's safe. Alexandra converses about the continuing investigation with Father Toby, Danny Johnson. In the interim, we find out that Alexandra was asked by her super PAC to ask for Danny's room to be served with a beverage cart. She is unaware of the identity of the requester. She pushes Father Toby to find out who they are because he knows everyone in the political world. Alexandra has a cough. In the initial 2 incidents, she was also coughing. What does that have to do with it? Who am I? Toby is adamant that Alexandra and this super PAC should be separated by some distance. Alexandra ponders whether Lawrence Collier was involved. It would be wise for him to keep in mind that she is the governor. Toby retorts that she should try to recall who placed her there. Oh no, it's true that this burn is awful. Sadly, Imogene is caught in the act before she can unlock the safe by Sunil and Teddy. Teddy is asked to leave by Sunil. Imogene admits that she is poring over the Collier volumes at Rufus' request. It's personal for her, though. She believes that Victor Sams, the man who killed her mother, blackmailed the Colliers. Furthermore, Danny may have discovered information in the Collier files that prompted his killing. Would Sunil be willing to review them with her? She asks. After that, Anna goes to see Tripp, who isn't doing well. His recuperation has highs and lows, as he describes it. Tripp is asked to attend a family meeting by Anna. She keeps the Chun's demands for negotiations a secret from him, asking Jules questions. Jules is later questioned in the security room by Rufus and Hilde. They want to know where he was on the night Danny was killed. Teddy is told that Jules did not show up for his shift, which took place during that period. Jules tells falsehoods to keep his tryst with Emond a secret. Rather, he says he fell ill and took medication before turning in. Hilde casts a wary glance at Jules. Nothing seems to add up. As Eleanor has a B12 injection, Anna meets her again on the deck. Eleanor is aware of the scheduled meeting. The truths are revealed by both women. After their breakup, Anna admits she was a mess and waited for Eleanor. Eleanor says she doesn't think Layla and Anna are a good fit. Anna comments about Eleanor's terrible timing. Emond and Sunil then go over the Collier Mills records. Sunil, a former banker, assists Emond in filling in the details. He claims that the Colliers have no money at all. To keep the company solvent, they depend on the Chuns. Emond gestures for Rufus to come to Sunil's office with them. A bill of lading for 2 tons of caption in blue is found there. According to Rufus, this incredibly brilliant pigment was created to make road signs visible at night. Manufacturers of clothing cherished its non-bleeding quality and affordability. Blue caption. But it turned out that caption in blue was linked to dementia, cancer, and a host of other illnesses. 1989 saw its prohibition. Sadly, none of our 3 can figure out the date on the bill of lading. It's really concerning if the Colliers experimented with using an illicit drug that causes cancer. Asking about the situation, Anna gives Emond a call. Rufus begs Emond to rest in silence. Emond says that, as of yet, nothing has been discovered. Following that, Rufus and Emond quarrel in front of Sunil. Rufus thinks Emond has missed a lot of hints because she has been so consumed with trying to link this case to her mother's passing. Emond thinks about what Rufus said. She is shown investigating every influential person who might have killed Danny. Anna goes to her mother's room to talk elsewhere. She taps on the door of the restroom. When she unlocks it, she discovers Catherine Jane Atkinson and Father Toby taking a shower. Yes, I do enjoy a juicy love story. After they learn that Anna is capable of keeping secrets, Catherine convinces Toby. Although Toby wants Catherine and Lawrence to stop dating, Catherine maintains that their relationship isn't very serious. Layla Emond later sees Layla in the eating area. She takes a knife and walks away. Well, for months ago, we were in the opulent Seattle home of Anna and Layla. There is Emond. They talk about Layla's well-being. Ever since her accident, she has been paranoid. Emond hides in the present as she watches Layla grab her knife, a rope, and a roll of duct tape. There must be an homage to Clue in here. Before Emond can follow Layla, she disappears. After that, Lawrence and Anna discuss the impending meeting with the Chuns. She acknowledges that she made poor financial decisions that placed Collier Mills vulnerable. But she also had to dig them out of the pit her father had dug for them. This took a lot of time. Anna acknowledges that she would sell her soul to complete this transaction. Lawrence says that his CEO has come within the structure. Anna reminds him that he must make the announcement before it becomes official. Then, after learning that Jules is missing from the necessary crew searches, Rufus and Hilde investigate his room. Rufus discovers the opening in Jules' memory foam mattress where he had hidden his cash and passports. They also discover one of Simon's books. Simon says he gave it to Jules, but Jules never gave it back. Hilde thinks they ought to look into Simon's room, but they have already taken that action. Unsettling. Afterwards, Emond searches for Layla's possible destination. On the wall, she detects a dark liquid. That's most likely ink because she remembers Layla having a ballpoint pen in her hair. Emond takes off one of her earrings and threads the tip through a little slot to reveal a chunk of wall. Success.